Hey, beautiful. Okay guys, just watch the clip of me living like a boss over here in Asia, having a great time, enjoying a life of freedom. And you probably want that for yourself, right? So probably some of you guys, you might be fresh graduates, right? Like some of you guys, maybe you just got out of school, you just got your first job, and you're sitting down at the desk at your new job. It might be even the first week, and you're looking around and you're like, what the hell? Like, is this supposed to be my life for like the next 40 years? You look at your coworkers, you see how they look drained and lifeless, and you're like, I'm supposed to be doing this with my life? This is what my future holds? And I can relate because I had a job as an engineer. I went to an office and I looked around and I saw people who were working at the company for 10, 20 years. I looked at how generally terrible their life looked, how unhappy they were. They wouldn't admit it, but you can see it written all over in their face, all over in their body language. They basically given up on life. They pretty much say, hey, I'm just gonna be here in this place. Hopefully this company doesn't fire me. Hopefully I can survive the next 30 years until they drag my carcass out of this office, and maybe I'll have like a nice little retirement party. They'll like clap their hands for the 40 years I've given to this company, and then as soon as I pack up all my stuff and get out of here, they're all gonna just immediately forget about my existence. So this isn't a video to tell you to go quit your job, that working a normal job is bad, that it's wrong to give your life to a company, although it definitely probably is wrong for a lot of people. I'm not here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you that, living a soulless existence as like a rat in a cubicle, you're stuck in the wheel, you're in the cubicle rat race. There's more to life than that. I just want to break that point to you. So let's dismantle this dream that a lot of us are sold, right? A lot of us are sold this dream of go to school, get a job, pay your dues, man. And one day life is gonna reward you. But now we see like degrees are getting a lot more expensive. Rent is getting a lot more expensive. Job prospects maybe aren't as good as they used to be. For a lot of people, this current life plan we have of, this normal life, it's not working out for a lot of people. The American dream is starting to disappear for a lot of guys. So instead of putting work in, trying to hustle harder in a broken environment, it probably might be better for you to change your environment. And one of the keys to being able to break free of the American system, the American matrix, is to realize that it doesn't care about you. Like that feeling you got in your gut your first week on your job when you're looking around you, you're seeing what your future looks like, and you're feeling like, damn, I don't know if I can do this, man. These people, I don't know if I want my life to look like that. You gotta really trust that feeling, man. You gotta not ignore it. A lot of guys ignore that feeling for years, for decades, and they just give their life over to the system, only to find out the system was screwing them over the entire time. By the way, if you'd like to map out a plan for how you can escape the American hellhole that you might be trapped in right now, I got a link for a free 15-minute call in the pinned comment and description. Click the link, pick a time, and we can go on a free call and map out your escape plan, how you can also escape to a life of freedom. Okay guys, so we got this book called The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. So the fast lane is basically a book about how, we got the slow lane, right? The slow lane is what most guys do. The slow lane is work a normal job, avoid taking risk, be a responsible employee, follow the life plan that America's laid out for you. But then we got the fast lane, man. The fast lane is what the bosses take. The fast lane is maybe making your own business, creating your own income streams, taking calculated risks, doing what the slow lane guys are afraid to do. The guys stuck in the slow lane and you're driving by in your fast lane in the Ferrari. That's what we want to be at, man. So the slow lane guys, they're giving decades of their lives over to companies, investing in a little 401k, hoping for a payoff. When they're in their 60s, they're probably in a wheelchair. They can't even get erect anymore. They got to snort half a pack of Insight just to get an erection. Meanwhile, you're in the fast lane, bro. You're getting there way faster than they are. The fast lane guys are really planning out their lives and like, okay, how can I get the maximum value out of this life and get there efficiently? Now, that's not saying that investing is bad, that saving is bad, that it's wrong to take it slow sometimes. It's good to map out your future and to think strategically. But if you're hoping that someone else is gonna, you know, take care of you, your company is gonna take care of you for decades like a little baby, you're probably making a mistake. Because every year that you give to your cubicle, every year that you say, hey, let me put off, you know, chasing my dreams, you're building complacency. Because the longer you stay in the system, like the longer you stay in the matrix, the harder it is to break out of the matrix. You know, it's like the movie, right? There's some people who all they know their entire life is the matrix. So by the time, you know, they could be breaking out, they're like, nah, I'm already used to this lifestyle. I just want to stay here, stay in my little box, man. But you're giving up the best years of your life, you know, your most energetic, creative years, where you should be learning skills, taking calculated risks. You're giving that up in the name of safety. And that's probably a mistake for a lot of guys. So the thing to keep in mind is that the fast lane guy, he doesn't reject thinking clearly, strategic planning at all. He just rejects coward behavior. He rejects coward mindsets that keep you stuck in a life that you don't want because it's safe and convenient and comfortable. It's very safe and convenient to stay miserable. It can make you uncomfortable to go out and change your life and take risks that other people say, oh man, you shouldn't do that, man, you could fail. There's gonna be people who are gonna try to scare you away from taking any risk. You know, just play it safe, man. Stay in the matrix. It's nice and warm here, man. We got, you know, online pornography to keep you sedated. We got fast food here. You know, you might not be getting any action, but you can just watch on the camera, you know, cover your hand in a mixture of Vaseline and coconut oil and do your deed. And that's how the matrix keeps you satisfied. And also get a pepperoni pizza and drink some beer, man. The matrix is gonna put you in an intoxicated state, so you never wanna leave. Or you're too afraid to leave, you're too comfortable to leave, even though you're miserable. So the reason I suggest getting overseas is because, you know, when you're young guys, for you young guys who are watching this, like guys who are maybe in your 20s, early 30s, even 40s. 40s is still pretty young if you've been taking care of yourself. You got your best energetic years right there, so you can take risks that other people can't take. But when you're stuck in an environment where you're surrounded by people, like for example, you're working in an office, you're surrounded by managers who are very risk averse, they've been there their whole life, you see them, they don't want to take any risks, they've given their life over to the matrix. And they're probably not going to take a risk of like going overseas and starting a new life or starting a new venture. But you got youth on your side, man. You come over here to, for example, Asia, we got all kind of expat areas where people who moved over, they expatriated to a new country. You can connect with those people, you can build business connections, you can learn different skills, you can try out different business models, see what fit you. Like you can do a lot of stuff over here that you can't do in the States. And you can do it at a much lower cost and more freedom and just a better lifestyle overall. And as a man, when you're over here, you're seeing different people living different lifestyles. So for example, I do English teaching, right? I left America 12 years ago. I started doing English teaching. It's the fastest way to get overseas making money. I started making YouTube videos, letting other people know about my lifestyle. I opened up the eyes of a lot of people because a lot of people did not know this kind of lifestyle was possible. Like they had no idea that someone like me, an American guy, I'm Black American, a lot of you guys might be similar to me. You maybe had no idea, like what, you can live overseas teaching English. This guy, Danny, I lived in China for 10 years, South Korea for 1 year. I'm here in Thailand 100% teaching online. I opened up the eyes of a lot of people who didn't know this lifestyle was possible. And there are a lot of other people over here living different lifestyles, non-traditional lifestyles that you might not see from your cubicle in the States. So that's the benefit, man. When you get over here, you're gonna see so many different things that open your mind and possibilities that you didn't know were there before. So while going overseas probably won't solve all your problems, you will deal with cultural differences. You might need to deal with visa situations, maybe language barrier occasionally, but that's okay, man. Like being able to encounter challenges and overcome them, that's good for growth. If you just live a life of avoiding challenges, you're probably gonna grow up to be a weak man who's just gonna stay in the matrix because you're afraid of having to overcome any challenges. It's just better to play it safe and be a little ant inside of the matrix anthill, right? So for most American guys, most of us guys who come from English-speaking countries, Western countries, English teaching is the best way to get overseas fast, making consistent money. I've been doing it for 12 years. There are thousands of other guys on this planet who do English teaching. I'm just one of the few guys who makes YouTube videos about it. And you can do it too, man. Like with English teaching, you have lots of different job opportunities. I've taught in person for many years. I do online. If you're in the States now, you can get started with online English teaching. And you can set up an in-person teaching job for when you land overseas. That way you got multiple streams of income before you even touch down overseas. That's really nice. And you know, you can just live a much freer life, because I have a lot of flexibility in how I want to live my life, guys. Like for example, I can set my hours how I want to. If I want to just say, hey, I'm just going to work these 2 days a week and have 5 days off a week. I've done that before. I've lived that life for years. Like for example, like when I was in China as a university teacher, I teach on Mondays and Tuesdays. So sometimes when I get off work on a Tuesday afternoon, I head to the airport and I go to Thailand. I hang out in Thailand for a few days, like a 5-day vacation, and I catch a plane back Monday morning, and I go home, unpack my stuff, and I head back to work Monday. And you know, it's like that was my lifestyle. I've done that many times, guys. That kind of flexibility is open to you guys when you get overseas. And when you're moving this way, you're going to be living a different way. You're going to be seeing different opportunities that you can encounter. Use English teaching as your stepping stone, right? With English teaching, I've used that as a stepping stone. I've developed my own products. I was a painter for many years. I've done social media. I make travel content now. There's a lot of avenues that open up to you from this English teaching lifestyle. So I highly suggest it for a lot of you guys who want to be overseas, living a life of freedom, who want to escape the American matrix. I offer a free 15-minute call. Go to the pinned comment and description of this video, click the link, pick a time. We set up a free 15-minute call. We can map out your escape from the matrix. And yeah, man, this life can be yours, man. You can be standing on the beach, getting flooded in water. You know, this water's been raising this entire time. This video, I don't know if you guys noticed, but your boy Danny is about to be underwater soon. The tide is definitely coming in. And yeah, I also have a free Quickstart English Teaching guide in the pinned comment and description of this video. Click the link. You know, free ebook will be sent to you. It also has a video version, so when you get it in your email, there's the ebook version and there's the video version. I suggest you look at both. And yeah, this lifestyle can be yours. So yeah, guys, hopefully you got value out of this video. I know some of you guys, you know, you might think this life is a fantasy. Nah, man, this life isn't a fantasy, man. This life can be yours. Don't give the best years of your life to a system that doesn't care about you. And I just want to leave on that note. You can be overseas building a life of freedom. You can do it. See you in the next video.